Hello. Today we will be highlighting the benefits and also the hello 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 hello. Today we will be making a video about the importance of acoustic panels and acoustic treatment in your mixing or recording space. This is my home studio. It currently has no acoustic treatment, but I have a bunch of panels which are behind me from Primacoustic. I have ones that are clouds that go above my mixing position. And then I also have, by my gaming setup there, I have some 1x4 foot panels, the Broadway panels by Primacoustic. I did a lot of research before purchasing these. I figured they will last me a long time and I can use them in any studios to come that I ever, if I ever move again or anything like that, I can transport those between. They're gonna be high quality, better than your basic foam that you buy, And what I want to do is do a little A/B in recording how crappy the room sounds now, and then how much better it sounds after with clap test. It sounds super metallic-y, and I will record that with the microphone behind me. I'll do a couple different positions before, then put up the acoustic panels, and then record after and compare the two, because the more I do this, the more I mix, the more I work in a recording studio, the more I realize how important acoustic treatment is. People think you can just buy like $2,000 headphones and it'll be fine. No, getting like a nice space with nice treatment and really nice monitors. There's no better way to monitor, and let's highlight some of that now. Okay, so very obvious the reflections in the room pre-installation. I just wanted to do a little voiceover onto a time-lapse video while I installed all this stuff. Kind of wanted to focus the video more on treatment, so I'm not going to get too in-depth on installation of the panels. But here I'm putting up the Cumulus panels, bass traps by Primacoustic. They're pretty easy to install after the first one. The second one was much easier. These are just kind of meant to trap some of those low-end frequencies, as well as up to high-end, where the wall meets the ceiling. They are rated down to 100 hertz pretty effectively. It's not a whole lot of surface area, but they also look cool too. So I just had to put a little drywall anchor into the ceiling, the hook, and got both of them up. And those I put behind my mixing position because that's where a lot of bass is getting thrown. And you can do tests with low-end sounds and walk around the room and hear where they go, and hear where it's more problematic. Here I'm just basically using 3M tape to put up the impalers for the Broadway panels that go on the wall. It was that or screws with drywall. I'm in an apartment. I didn't want to destroy the walls, so this was easy and effective. The panels themselves, the Broadway panels come in 1-inch, 2-inch, or 3-inch. I went with 3-inch because it's rated much, much better for low frequency control. And you should never sacrifice the depth of your panel for more coverage or more panels. The 3-inch is rated, like I said, much higher for low frequencies. The 1-inch starts to taper off about 500 hertz on controlling of frequencies. The 2-inch is going to roll off about 300 hertz, and then when you get to the 3-inch, it gets all the way down to about 100 hertz, and there's actually a nice bump at about 125, 130 hertz of some control. So that helps a lot with mixing your low end. Actually putting the panels onto the wall was very satisfying. I actually took a snippet of audio recording of what it sounds like when the impaler is actually impaling the back of the panel. So now with the Stratus clouds, this was just a lot of measuring. They say measure twice, cut once. Yeah, I measured about 5 different times to verify everything was adding up and that everything was going to be in the right place, both above my head, left, right, as well as depth. And I did that, and now I just put in all of the anchors, the drywall anchors, and then screw in the eye holes, which is basically going to be where the cable slips through that suspends these cables above my head safely. So here I'm putting the wires through. looping them, getting them kind of staged before I actually haul this thing up and try to get it going and get it attached to the ceiling. So here I have my lovely girlfriend help me suspend this thing in the air and kind of slowly come up. The idea is to have it at an angle with the lowest hanging part of the panels away from me, and the opposite for the side of the panels closest to me. Those would be closest to the ceiling. So this part was just kind of dialing it in, and it turned out great. Just hide the wires and it's good to go. Okay, so I have all of the acoustic panels up. Wasn't too hard to get them up. Just took a lot of time. And then directly above my head, I'll pan to a video now. Those ones were a lot of measuring, a lot of double checking measuring, but I got them all up. So now let's do the clap test and see how it compares to the first one. So as you can see, clearly a big difference. It's not perfect. I still want to get like a diffuser slash bass trap that's actually already ordered from GIK Acoustics. I'm going to put that right behind me. And then I might build some bass traps too after I put those up and see where I'm at. Bass trapping is important, so I'll probably do that. But even just what I put up, you know, huge difference. You can hear it. You can hear how much more controlled the sound is, less metallic-y and bouncing around. And that makes a huge difference, not only in recording, but mixing is the big one, because the sound isn't causing phase issues when it's bouncing off the walls and coming back to your ears as you're hearing it from the speakers. It just, subconsciously, it totally messes with how you're hearing the sounds. Recording, there's obviously things to work around, like little acoustic shields that go on the mic stand or the little chaotic eyeball. I haven't actually tested one of those. I'd be curious to. I've gotten vocals that were recorded with that and they sound fine, you know, there's no issues. I just wonder if maybe it deadens the sound of the vocals just a little bit versus like recording in like a nice like acoustically treated room where it's like got a little life, but it's also controlled and not causing any issues. Really subtle stuff, like so much of music is. But either way, I hope this was helpful and really put light on how important acoustic treatment is in your producing, beat making, mixing, mastering, recording space. Thank you for watching, and take it easy.